Please note there is a rhythm to this exercise, and that ideally you should breathe in towards the end of each new phrase. Now begin by becoming aware of your breathing and aware of the spiritual particles in the air that are flowing through the bridge of your nose. Aware of the spiritual particles filling your lungs and flowing into your blood and bringing life to your body. And as you remain aware of your breathing, you can use your breath to sense various points in your body, breathing sensation into your toes, into your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, your knees, your upper legs, your hips and buttocks, your lower back, your upper back, your pelvis, your abdomen, your chest, your fingers, your hands, your wrists, your lower arms, your elbows, your upper arms, your shoulders, your neck and throat, your jaw and mouth, your nose, your cheeks, the back of your head, the sides of your head, your ears, your eyes, your forehead, the top of your head. Now sensing your whole body completely, sensing your entire body as one living organism, and becoming aware of your entire body at once, before you allow your attention to rest. Now please make sure that your eyes are closed as you begin to recall a moment in your life when you experienced a real feeling of joy, recalling every detail of this joyful experience, perhaps remembering just where you were and seeing what you saw back then. Picturing this joyful moment as clearly as you can, and hearing everything that you heard, and remembering just what you were doing when you felt such a feeling of joy. As you recall this joyful feeling as fully as you can, allowing this joyful memory to rise to the surface, recalling how this joy feels in your arms and chest, and remembering how it feels in your mouth and throat, and recalling exactly how it feels in your eyes, and remembering how it feels in your face, feeling this joy in your whole body right now, and reliving it now as completely as possible by recalling just how this feeling of joy feels, and breathing this joyful feeling into your chest, knowing that you can always feel such joy, by remembering how you feel at this moment as you breathe joy into your heart and breathe joy into your mind and breathe joy into your body and breathe joy back into your heart. And picture this moment where you felt such joy. Now see this moment as clearly as you can, and then make this image taller and brighter until it grows so bright and tall it fills your mind, filling your mind with such a joyful image. Before you allow this memory to gently fade and slowly slip just below your awareness, where it waits for you to summon it again, as you strive to refine and work on yourself. And you might even adjust your body in order to get even more comfortable, as you remember a time when you felt very relaxed, remembering how this relaxation felt in your hands, and how this deep relaxation felt in your jaw, and sensing this deep relaxation in your face, and how it feels in the muscles around your eyes, and remembering how it feels in your forehead, and recalling just how it feels inside your brain, allowing yourself to relax just as deeply right now, by recalling just how such relaxation feels, relaxing as deeply as your face can remember, and recalling how this feels in the bridge of your nose, and just letting go deeply into a state of relaxation, as deeply as your arms and legs can remember, and remembering how deeply relaxing your fingers, as you listen so deeper feeling and just let go, and remember how deeply relaxed you can feel, remembering this state so completely that you simply let go the more you do deeper now, and relax so fully that the inner part can grow, so that it will now grow even more joyful as you deeper, feeling so relaxed into that place where a woman moved into a special neighborhood where numerous members of a large joyful family lived, and they would just allow yourself to relax completely as one lived in the oh so delightful house to the front, while another cultivated a blissful garden inside, and a third always smiled and moved so cheerfully, down deeper and deeper as you just let go now, while the real exhilarated ones lived up the hill. And perhaps you can relax your face just a little more, because joy will improve your health and well-being. And sometimes they become so elated and euphoric, simply because it really is quite easy to do so, as long as you know the key to feel such joy. And this woman learned how to call on them, and how to get such a delightful welcome, because they will joyfully respond to her call, and would so easily come over when summoned. And sometimes they would even surprise her and give her the gift of a little unexpected joy. And she gently relax your jaw just a little more, realizing she happily encouraged such joyfulness, and she would quickly welcome them inside, because she knew how important it is to feel joyful, and how easy it is to invite them to come inside with so much joy, and so pretend as he delightfully relaxed the muscles in his face, conjuring up when I was so much younger, he said blissfully, as you imagine you are in a real blissful scene. This mountain, and imagine you if I ever hope to grow the most delightful fruit, and picture the scene and the old clearly as his eyes sparkled, knowing that joy they said the path was narrow and the way was steep, for you are both and I would have to struggle and really work hard. So strive and to always remember work on yourself, important aim, and nurture growing and to work my way joy up towards that great height. Perhaps even to struggle and strive and really make an effort, and dreaming about and to such a test myself every single day, one where you feel, and even though it required a great deal of work, and pretend that you he continued as he smiled such a joyful smile, feels so delighted. I learned something that was absolutely necessary, and take such joyous delight. It is impossible to climb up with a heavy heart, remembering how delighted because a heavy heart will just weigh one down, remembering what it felt, and I had to learn how to soften my heart, and what it felt like the old man exist in such overwhelming joy, and how it feels to be so clearly aware of joy was so important, and how it felt and so that I had to joyfully struggle really and work with joy, and how you would delight and to fill my heart with real feelings of delight as you somewhere drifting and be blissfully cheerful, just delightfully elated, seeing the special
and to
color
make
and
myself
texture
to
of
really
joy,
live these joyful words,
and perhaps even
and to
sensing
jump with
such
joy,
joyful
and to work
sounds
with exhilaration.
as your inner being
And so I would
grows
set all
more
sorts of
delightful,
hard tasks for myself,
because joy is a
just
seedling
to see
that
how
grows
joyfully I
from
could
within.
perform them.
And you will
I would see
begin to
how
cultivate
elated
and
I
let
could
your
feel
joy,
washing clothes,
so that it joyfully
and
blooms
just how
many
delightfully
times
I
a
will
day,
do any chore,
and begin to cultivate
and to get up
joy
each day with
wherever
such
you are,
joy in my heart,
as you drift into
and
such
to
a
turn
state of
every
letting
task
go
into a
completely.
game of real delight,
Because there was a
and
family
to see
that
how
lives
joyful
way
I
up
can
high,
be, whatever I am doing,
where the path narrows
for
as
the
you
lighter
near
my heart
the summit,
grows, the higher I will climb.
because the brightest rays
So
of
you
the morning
will
sun
learn how to lighten your heart,
really do
and
shine
you will
the
learn
brightest
to joyfully
on the
perform
highest
any
levels,
task,
right next to where
and you
your earth
will
touches
be joyful
heaven.
wherever you are,
Lives a family who
and
are
you
known
will
as
be
the
joyful
joys,
whatever you are doing,
because they are
because
such a
joy
joyful
will
group,
improve your health and well-being,
who know how vitally important real joy is, and just how to live a healthy and fruitful life, joyfully fulfilling their role as a link in creation. And they always smile and think and feel such joy, and always summon up such joyful feelings, and the delightful associations associated with. So feel so joyfully aware of your physical body, and summon the joy from deep within you, as often as you can and wherever you are. And this family was led by Mr. and Mrs. Joy, and we wondered who was the most joyful Joy. Maybe Mr. Joy with his oh so joyful thoughts, or Mrs. Joy with her oh such joyful sensations, or maybe one of the many little joys of life, who you can summon so easily up to the surface, along with their delightful friends and associations, at those very times when you need them most. And these little joys had really learned to rise upwards and nourish the divine fruit that is, and the birds fly with joy and dance upon the breeze, and so many fly with such delight up towards the heaven, with so very dance on the wind with such joy in your heart, and they can fly higher and brighter and delightfully dance about. That joyfully and the blossoms in the garden grow so strong and true, and maybe you and can joyfully open their hearts right just to greet the light. Feel tiny so grow towards the heavens and open to the light, knowing little grow taller and brighter, easily delightfully rise up, even as you and the fish swim with joy. Begin to really recognize this. So little joys will so delightfully up to grow into big joys, when so they nourish and cultivate themselves with such joy in your heart, because you flow higher and brighter and delightfully swim up. So it is because joy will nourish and cultivate health and well-being, and all of the various joys that you will find. So look for Mr. and Mrs. Joy's little ones, knowing that the more you seek these joys, the more noticeable they really will become, and the more they will respond when recalled. Just like Mr. and Mrs. Joy near the summit, where the spiritual fruit is already growing, because it is the divine fruit of the Spirit. And as you relax even deeper, moving inwards, and there was such a determined seeker who looks so much like you, joyfully work on yourself as you strive to refine work on this mountain and cultivate the spiritual said that she delightfully smiled. And the woman, however, there are some things you must learn, because she really first it is important to find a real path to follow, and she would recall and then follow this path with all of your heart. She would summon and such a joy when she woke step next, and summon another study the maps she left her home. What is written. And she would surround herself the wisdom deep in your heart, because they would always come your heart leads you. And the key was so when things get rough, remember to listen to your heart. For the hardest and when the trail seems to disappear, how easy it is. But the more you will learn to search for it more all of your heart. Because she knew for your heart to strive to refine herself and summon and joy. Darkness starts to confuse over again, which fortunately you will find the flame easy to do in your heart. For the hardest and then use this flame how easy it is. So she would constantly devise ways to remember it with your heart. Just like you and find a real path and how to follow it with your heart. Because the joys are now coming to stay with you. Because you are the garden and the gardener. And you will cultivate and grow such joy inside in the most loving and joyful way possible. Because joy will improve your health and well-being. And there was a small vine that feels so exhilarated when it joyfully the child slipped into the pool of healing waters and break free and from the child saw truth reflected in the water and become aware that the ripples of his joy spread outwards from your heart. And make a real and there was so much joy reflected in the water, and this vine and so many joyful memories near the surface, as it cheerfully and joy fell like raindrops from heaven. And this vine and joy was within them, and joy was around them, and joyfully and they moved with joy through the joyful waters. Drink plenty of water, the joyful rain that nourishing fell from above. Give the vine and what joyfully caress you with such joyful wisdom, and be strong enough with such childlike joy and such memories of joy, and joyfully relish joyfully floating upwards like joyful bubbles, as it grows stronger and joyfully filling your heart to overflowing. Knowing that the vine serves overflowing with more and more joy, and it will because joy will improve your health and well-being as it learns to take really good care of your physical body because struggle and effort
Drink
make
plenty
the
of
vine
water,
stronger.
eat good, nutritious food,
And joyfully face
get
harsh
plenty of
words
exercise
and
and
sleep
sleep deeply and sleep well.
because this vine grew
Feel the best
so
emotions and
strong
think the
on
best thoughts.
inside. Because real
And
joy
smile and
rises
laugh
like
and
sap
smile
from
so
within.
much.
And strive to produce
And always
such
laugh
joyful
at your
fruit and
feelings of
abundance.
self-importance,
And faithfully serve
and
the true
always
master of the
strive to
vineyard.
refine and work on yourself.
So nurture the wisdom
and
that
help
you
to
know
show
deep
others
down.
how to do the same.
And take really good care of your physical body. Drink plenty of water and eat good, nutritious food. Get plenty of exercise and sleep deeply and sleep well. Feel the best emotions and think the best thoughts. And smile and laugh and smile so much. And always strive to refine and work on yourself, and help to show others how to do the same. And always nurture and cultivate feelings of joy. And you will now regularly experience moments when you will sense your entire body at once. And you will now do this many times each day, and sense your body as one living organism, because this is essential for your inner development. Now recall a situation you would have improved if you had been able to feel and act more joyful. Remember or even dream about this situation that you would have improved by being more joyful, and visualize this scene as clearly as you can, and imagine it in as much detail as possible, and see what you saw and hear what you heard. And then watch how the scene begins to change. When you now summon a feeling of joy, by breathing joy up into your chest, and watch how this changes the situation. Notice how you begin to see things differently, and how you now begin to act differently, because this changes your thoughts and perceptions. Watch as you breathe this joy up into your chest, and feel this joy fill you so completely, and see how it changes the way you behave, and how this alters the situation. Before you allow this scene to gently fade, knowing that you will now summon this feeling the next time you find yourself in a similar situation, and any time it will help to improve a situation, because this will lead to such healthy changes. Now that you will nurture such joy in your life, because joy will improve your health and well-being as you drift deeper into a state of joyful sleep, where you will dream such joyful dreams, and dream dreams that will really teach you just how you will cultivate more joy in your life as you strive to refine and work on yourself.
and sleep such a healing sleep.
Healing mind, body, and feelings. The Toronto Hypnotherapist.